Okay, make sure you've got your drinks, guys. If everyone show me your drink now, because I don't see that many of you drinking in between exercises. But if you don't think you have time, let me know. I can give you more time. Cool. Daisy, got a drink? Gotcha. Everyone else? Okay, cool. So, warm-up game today is gonna be Simon Says, because you're all really good at it. But before we do that, we're gonna start with thread the needle. So set yourselves up, and then we're gonna go thread the needle in. I'll tell you when to switch sides as well. And same as every other session, if you've got injuries you need my help walking around, tell me in the comments. 3, 2, 1, go. Don't mind which side you start with, because you're going to do both anyway. So split view. Just make sure your hips are touching your feet and that your forearm is on the floor. So like we practiced the other day. So younger ones that haven't heard of this version before, have a look at some of the older ones on the camera. Say, Raf, good job. County A, you guys have done this on Wednesdays the last few weeks. So Danny and Sophia, if you sit your hips onto your feet. So from there, go back, switch sides. So you're doing the other side now, and make sure you're looking up to the ceiling when you rotate. Okay, and a little bit longer, and stop. Okay, then dorsal press to sit back. Okay, don't forget, guys, the more cameras we've got, the more coaching you get. So dorsal press to sit back. Remember, hands over your head. Keep your hips flat on the ground. Try and arch your back as much as you can. Good. Okay, then when you get to your last sit back, I'm going to get you to turn that into a lunge and rotate. So Spider-Man lunge from here. Okay, some of you are having audio issues. Double check your cameras and your microphones, because I think Matt can hear me. So I assume some of the rest of you can see me as well. Okay, keep going. Big old rotation. Try and get as far around as you can and push your hips down to the ground. Just checking the time. Okay, good. And then go downward dog into twist. Some of you haven't seen this. So you start in a press up plank position. Push your hips into the air. And then tap your left hand onto your right foot and vice versa. Off you go. So stick your hips in the air, left hand onto right foot, right hand onto left foot, and then sit your hips back down into a press up position. So tap, tap, then hips back down. So you're going to try and stick your bum as close to the ceiling as you can get it and put your head between your elbows. Good. And stop. Good work, Serena. Next one, we're going to look at compass lunge. So everyone stand up. Let's see myself for this one. Okay, so compass lunge. We're standing on one leg. Reach forward, tap the floor. So imagine touching all the points on a compass. Just trying to get as low to the floor as you can for each one. Without folding over. Okay, good job, Violetta. Good balance. Oh, a couple of you have got dogs with you. That's cool. That's great. So go once round on each side. Once you've gone from north all the way down to south, switch legs. So you should be trying to hit, if you watch my feet, north, northwest, west, southwest, and then south, and then vice versa. The main thing is that you've got to keep your knees steady. So Daisy, try and get as close to the ground as you can, like full squat. So a lot of knee bend, that's it. Yeah, everyone's pretty much there. A lot of gangly knees. We can work on that. Okay, then we'll go angry cat, happy cat. So down onto your hands and knees. Just try and get as much rounding at your back as you possibly can. So really push your hands, Nancy, good job. As much rounding as possible, especially at your lower back. So if you start thinking about your turns, you want to be able to tuck up as much as possible. And really ball yourself up like you're a tiny little hedgehog. Screen view. Okay, cool. We're there. And stop. Yeah, make sure you're on mute, guys.
Please don't.
Cool. Angry cat, happy cat done. Next is scat press. Let's see if we've improved on this from the other day. So you're going to go press up plank position. So knees off the ground. Let's push your spine as high as you can. Do 5 of those for me. Good job, Evie. Count it out. It's a bit awkward calling you first name in squad, but it's how we have to do it if we're going to be able to upload it. So if any of you can't come live, it means you get to see what happened during the session. Good job, Robin. So Charlotte, try and make sure you keep your elbows really locked straight. So you're just pushing your back rather than doing a little push-up. I'll take my coach jacket off so you can see. Okay, then relax. And we'll get going. So the game, let us say, Simon Says. So everyone stand up, have a drink. And in between call-outs, you're going to be doing star jumps today. But just for clarity, that's these more like jumping jacks rather than the full-blown, like, leave the ground ones. Everyone ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So just star jumps / jumping jacks. Hands up over your head. Then sit down. Oh, didn't say Simon Says. Okay, keep going. Simon Says sit down. You all know you got caught. Okay, stand up. Some of you, I didn't say Simon Says stand up. I got you, Isabella. Okay, Simon Says stand up. Simon Says squat. Simon Says lunge. Simon Says lunge onto the other leg. Simon Says lunge. Sit down. Oh, no one fell for it this time. Some of you almost did. Relax. Okay, stop for a second. Then round 2. 3, 2, 1, go. I think I need a bigger screen. Okay, jump. Let's say Simon Says, Lily. Okay, Simon Says jump. Simon Says spin around. Simon Says spin around the other way. Simon Says touch the ground. Okay, other hand. No, didn't say Simon Says. Say squat. Didn't say Simon Says for us. Relax. Okay, now we're going to go. It's a shorter round. I'm going to throw. Jamie, if I said that, if I got everyone to, if I said Simon Says handstand, there'd be some tragedies. But I'm very impressed. 3, 2, 1. Simon says, go. Okay, I'm going to throw 2 instructions at you this time. So Simon says, sit down, then jump up. That's fine. The jump up counts because I said Simon says. Then Simon says, roll over. Good. Let's go. Jumping. Simon says, press up. Simon says, split jump. So 1 foot in front of the other. Yep. Sophie got it. Simon says, split jump again. Then sit down. And Simon says, stand up and press up. Okay, and stop. Some of you are done already. Right, so what are we on? It's Thursday. Are any of you losing track of days? Yeah, a little bit. Okay, so equipment. We're doing Russian twists, roller squats. If you've got foam roller, if not, I'll go through alternative for you. So you'll need, I've got the DVD case again. So Russian twist is anything that you can do to go side to side, like that. Then up downs, crunches, crab walks. You can get a bit creative with that. And over unders. So ready to go. In 3, 2, 1. Well, actually, has everyone got the ball? Okay, cool. Get the chat up. 3, 2, 1, go. So remember, if you can, feet off the floor. Just make sure that you keep your back straight while you're doing that. If you want to make it more challenging, do an overhead press as well. So side to side, up overhead. When you go side to side, try and twist. So Maddie, if you try and twist to get your shoulders facing to the side as well. Yeah, good. Okay, good job, Sophie. Really big reach. Great range of motion. Sophie, Akira, Veronica, excellent. Very quick as well. And the overhead press. Okay, good stuff, Holly. And stop. I mean, I'm not surprised there. You all did a great job. Okay, Molly. Okay, I'll find some extra things to do for you instead of squats. Then up downs. So remember, press up plank position. And then you're going to go from that down to forearm plank, then back up in 3, 2, 1, go. So you're trying to keep your hips nice and flat. If you want to put your foam roller on your back, I'd suggest doing that. Or your phone or pencil case or something that you don't mind falling off. Let's see. Split squats. You should be okay for this half, Molly, because it's literally just core stuff. Okay, a little bit longer. You want to try and take your time going from press up down to the floor. So try and spend as much time on one hand as you can. Then stop. Okay, exercise number 3 is crunch. So that's going to be lower back on the floor, feet up, and just try and get your shoulders as high as you can. 3, 2, 1, go. So you come up high, hold yourself for a second or two, and then go back very slowly. I'll be honest with you guys, it's very easy to cheat these because it sort of looks the same. But if you find it too easy, you want to hold something. So whatever you were doing your Russian twists with, you can hold that over your head and do a crunch that way. Okay, good stuff. Couple more seconds and stop there. Then crab walk. So everyone get into reverse plank position. And then from there, you're going to try and walk around the room without dropping your hips. 3, 2, 1, go. Jamie, I'm expecting you to absolutely ace this. That's it. So really slow, take your time. Just make sure you don't drop your hips at all. Let's see. So, Veronica, if you stop a second, try and push your hips up super high, high as you can get them. Yeah. So do the walk, but don't let them drop. Yeah, there you go. Much harder. Scarlett, good job. Maybe a little higher if you can. Reese, can you go any higher? That's it. Helps a little bit if you look at the ceiling as well. Holly, great stuff. Pranas has absolutely mastered this. You can tell he's practiced. And stop again. And then over-unders. So we can make this harder by going streamline as well. So you're like holding a crunch. 3, 2, 1, go. So feet wide. Slowly twist them over. Squeeze in the middle. Keep your lower back pressed into the floor. And just try and put as much distance between your shoulders and the ground as you can. Okay, Scarlett and Regs is actually a great idea if you hold that ball up. So guys, if you've got medicine balls from the Russian twists, same thing. You can hold the ball up, try and hold that crunch, and slowly squeeze your ankles over each other. So you want to go really wide and then really squeeze when you cross over. Christian's crushing that. And stop. Round 1 down. We're going to go back to Russian twists. Okay. So Russian twist in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, Flavia, I hope you're teaching it well. It's good to have someone there to compete with. So some of you try and go really slow. So pretty much reach as far as you can, hold for a second, come back over the top. So if you imagine how much you want to control your core movement when you're in the water, you're trying to replicate that here. Just go really slow, try and go with straight arms. If you hold your ball away from you, it's going to be a bit harder to slow yourself. So you get 15 seconds left. So it's the difference between, if you see me there, going just like this. Really slow. The slower you go, the harder it becomes to control your movement. And stop. So next we're going to go back into up downs. So remember, slow and controlled. You look at me again from here. There's a difference between that and single arm. Control your movement. 3, 2, 1, go. But the slower you go up and down, the better. As long as you don't twist your hips. Okay, good use of the foam rollers, Danny. Oh, almost. Great control there, Kira. Well done. So when you go up and down, you want to really push your hand into the floor. So if you imagine you're trying to make a hole in it, press down. Helps you engage your core a little bit more. Slow as you can, Isabella. Just try and get like a 3 count from press up plank, like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there you go. And then stop. It's not my favorite, but I know it's really good for you. Into crunch again. 3, 2, 1, go. So remember, really small movement, like you're balling up. Imagine like a little head jog, trying to get small. So you don't have to wait it. If you're still finding them too easy, just hold for 5 seconds at the top of each one. And then try to stop your shoulders touching the ground. I'm trying to see if I can keep an eye on you and still try and demonstrate. So top position here. Bottom position, your shoulders are still up. So you should feel your stomach working hard all the way through. Okay, good stuff, Lily. Using a chair. That's it's very creative. And stop. Number 4, crab walk again. Remember this one. Keep your hips high. Imagine there was like a little fire underneath you. You want to try and keep it up from stop yourself burning your bum. 3, 2, 1, go. So no matter what happens, you're going to try and keep your hips up really high. Don't forget you can go sideways as well. So you can cross your ankles over when you do that, as long as you keep pushing your hips up. Okay, Scarlett, good job. Leon, really well done. Eleanor has just set the bar for everyone there. That's really good. Actually, you're now on Pranas's level. Well done. And stop. Okay, Serena, I like the consistency in your steps there. Good job. Then over under again. So over under, we can change it and go up and down as well if you want. So instead of just doing this, we can do cement mixers. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. I think I put my camera a bit high there, but it's a choice. If you don't feel it working your core hard enough, just do big circles with your legs. Make sure you do an even number of rotations. So if you want, you can go 1 to the left, 1 to the right. You could go 3 to the left, 3 to the right, as long as you've done an even number. And then, same as everything else here, you want to be controlling your legs. So the further your feet go from your belly button, the slower you've got to make them move. Okay, good pace, Daisy. So you've copied me with the Adidas trackies. It's all right, I forgive you. 3, 2, 1, stop. Sorry, that was a coach's 3 seconds, not an actual. Back to the top. One more round of core work. So Russian twist in 3, 2, 1, go. So as slow as you can, make sure you turn your head to face the direction you're twisting as well. And if you can, so Laura, can't you be, if you go straight leg as well, see if that makes it any harder. Yeah, a little bit. So it helps you find a bit, you've got to find a little bit more balance. It's not like it becomes harder because you're not strong enough. You're just going to improve your balance. Okay, keep going, Jamie. Almost there. Okay, Neve, same for you. Try straight legs if you can. Unless, okay, Sophia, that's excellent. If you try and have your ankles a bit closer to the ground, see if it's harder. Yeah, and you've got straight legs going as well. It's awesome. Stop there, guys. Well done. Up downs. Ready to go. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh, my laptop's running out of battery. That's not good. There we go. So as slow as you can. Try and keep your hands under your body. Daisy, I love the concentration you're putting into that. Well done. And Flavio. Keep going, Nancy. Doing a great job. Try and keep your hips and shoulders in line with each other. Okay. Sam from County A, it's great. Keep going as well. A little bit longer. And stop. Then crab walks. No, it's crunches. What am I talking about? Crunches. Throw in a twist if you want. 3, 2, 1, go. So go with normal or bicycle crunch. So remember, that's when you're going to start pulling your opposite leg towards you as well. Just make sure your lower back's always pushed into the floor. So get as long as you can and then crunch up really small around your stomach. Okay, great stuff, Edith. So make sure you glue your lower back into the ground. Fantastic form, Serena. Well done. Well, this is page 1. I see myself. Finn, that's so slow. That's really impressive. And stop. Cool. Then crab walk. See how wide, see how long you can spend with 1 foot and 1 hand on the ground this time. 3, 2, 1, go. So the longer you spend with just 1 hand and 1 foot on the floor, the harder it's going to be. So the more you're going to have to push your foot down, squeeze your hips. If you find that you just keep wobbling, then just go a little bit faster. Flavie, I think your sister's doing an amazing job. A little longer and stop. Cool, well done, Violet. I don't think you stopped that entire time though. Over, under. 3, 2, 1, go. So remember, if you're going wide with your feet, try and slow them down instead of going high and just dropping them. I think it's actually a little bit harder if you do them. Imagine like windscreen wipers on the car. So if you just go left and then back up to the top. So left to right. Like a really big car window. So like this. Okay, well done, Luke. Super slow. Okay, almost there, Raf. Keep going. A few more seconds. And stop. Drink time. So grab a drink quickly. Let's see, lower body strength. So if you can't do a lot of knee stuff, so squat jumps, I'd say jumps are definitely out. So we could change it to an upper body circuit if you need to. So we'll do squat jumps, which I think everyone knows. Let's make sure you're jumping as high as you can rather than just doing a lot of jumps. So it's the difference between doing this and then taking your time and trying to get your feet out of the camera. Next thing will be roller squats. So if you've got your foam roller, remember that's put 1 foot on the roller, rest the top of your foot on it, squat down, then stand up. And then we'll swap. Then hamstring raise. No, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to change hamstring raise to hip thrust. So do you remember the way you were doing hamstring raises yesterday? With your shoulder up? This time you're going to have your shoulders on the seat. So it's like the other way around. Like this. Okay, so you're flipping it around. It means you have to use your hips a little bit more. And then wall sits. So has everyone got a roller that they can use? If not, you can just do shrimp squats like we did on Monday and practice those. People that are not doing the squats, I'll tell you what to do as we get to each exercise so we can get going. All right. So start with squat jumps or dead bugs if you're not doing squats. Everyone get ready. On your feet. Three, 2, 1, go. Okay, good height, Raf. Very good height. So people that are doing dead bugs, if you want to toughen them up a little bit, hold the long bottom position for a bit more, and then snap your legs back together. So like slow at the bottom and then back up. Great job, Molly. A little bit longer. Good, that's all right, Amelia, don't worry about it. Daisy, that's some serious leg drive. Good job. A little more and stop. Okay, so roller squats. So if you're not doing roller squats, you're going to do incline press ups. So that's with your hands lifted up. 3, 2, 1, go. So if you don't have a foam roller, practice shrimp squats. If you do have a roller, make sure it's the back of your foot. So if you look, my toes are on the roller there. It's the front of your ankle that sits on it. So people that aren't doing those shrimp squats like on Monday, if you're doing press ups, it's incline. So your hands are higher up off the floor on a couple of books. A little bit longer, then switch sides. So guys doing squat press ups, you can just keep going with that. If you're squatting, you're just switching feet. And remember, younger ones especially, look at which direction your knee's pointing. You want to make sure it points forward the whole time instead of trying to shift side to side like this. Okay, Nancy Rex can't quite see you at the minute unless you're off hunting for a foam roller. Okay, a little longer. And stop. Hamstring raise. So people with knee issues, this shouldn't affect you too much. So go to wherever you were doing hamstring raises before. If you were using the sofa, you'll have your shoulders on the sofa this time and your foot on the floor. So I'll try and do them with you so I can see the camera as well. So this is where you start. You take 1 foot off the floor and we'll go in 3, 2, 1, go. So Luke, you're in a perfect position for this because that bench is exactly what I would use in the gym. So if you just lie with your shoulders on the bench. Okay, Edith, that's good. Look, if you copy me, if you imagine this armchair was your bench, yep, that's it. Hips up to the top. Take 1 foot off. Sit your hips onto the floor so you're facing forward. So Luke, you want to try and get your bum onto the ground. So you look at me now. So this is the bottom. And then that's the top. Switch sides. So swap onto the other leg. Actually, yeah. I'm going to take the wall sit out, guys, and we'll just do this because this one's going to be really good for you. Sophia, that's excellent. Luke, you've got it now. That's great. And stop. Okay, let me just see. Did that make sense in the end? That hip thrust thing? Like that's something a lot of the older ones do, like in most of their sessions, because they're really good for your hips. Because they're good for flexibility and they're good for strength. So think about all your upbeats on your kicks. Back to the beginning then. So squat jumps again, unless you're doing dead bugs. This time I'm going to set you off. So for this round, I'm going to say jump. You'll all do the same amount, but it means you can focus on how high you jump, not just going like bang, 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 bang. I'm also going to give you a take your marks and then go. So on take your marks, you're going to squat down and then you'll jump on go. Everyone ready? Stand up. Wait for my signal. Just going to set the timer. So take your marks. Go. That's it. Take your marks. Go. It's up to you whether you go hands on hips or whether you have them swinging. Take your marks. Go. There you go, much higher. Take your marks. Go. Couple more. Take your marks. Go. Very impressive arm swing pass. Last one. Take your marks. Straight legs when you jump and go. And stop there. Then we're on to roller squats again. So remember, spend a bit more time on the ground if you want. And try and stamp your front foot. 3, 2, 1, go. So remember, incline press ups for people that aren't doing the squats. If you haven't got a foam roller, you're doing shrimps, the same as we did the other day. So flat back foot, see. Let's see what you got, Harry. Good. Very cool. If you can, try and go 3 seconds on the way down and then very fast up. All right, so stand up. And then 3, 2, 1, pop. Great stuff. There you go. Well done. Relax, swap over. So switch to the other leg now. Okay. So if you've got a black roller, I'm very, very jealous. 3, 2, 1, go. So that cue was meant for Harry, but same for everyone else. If you want to time yourself going down, so imagine you're coiling up a spring and then unload. 3, 2, 1, pop up. Okay. Christian, I can tell from your foot position that you're doing a great job of that as well. So slow on the way down, up fast. And then round 3, I've got something else to show you as well. Okay. If you find it too easy, you could always be holding a ball as well. So a Swiss ball out in front of you. You could be holding your swim bags and relax. Or for those that have got supervision and want to really challenge the stability, hold it up over your head. But something to bear in mind for next round. Then you're on to hip thrusts again. So 3, 2, 1, go. Let's see, so Hannah from Regional Squad. If you sit your hips onto the ground, yep, so that's the bottom of it. If you take 1 foot off the floor now, and then just push your hips up into the air, yep, that's it. That's what you want to try and go for, up and down that way. Okay, Christian, you've got it. Great job. Okay, Liv, you've nailed it as well. Pranas, good stuff. I think you're all learning from each other more than me, but that's the beauty of doing sessions on Zoom. Okay, a little longer. Let's see. Lucas, same for you. If you sit your hips onto the ground, yep, so that's the bottom of the rep. And push up. Oh no, everyone relax. So you're going to switch legs. Lucas, if you put your shoulders back where they were, Cara, do single leg glute bridge instead for now. And go. So Lucas, do what you were doing before. Yep. Now keep your shoulders on the edge, but put your bum on the floor. That's it. So you want to go from there and push up if you can. They're going to so lift your hips up into the air. Yep, that's it. Perfect. So yeah, Cara, if it's hurting your shoulders, I normally get like a blanket or something, but if it doesn't work with the room you're doing the session in, just go with a glute bridge. And then go with your foot further away. A little bit longer till we've evened out. Keep going, Liv. And stop. Awesome. And then that's it. So like I said, I've taken the wall set out so we can spend a little bit more time on that because I think some of you will gain a lot from learning it. This time, we're going to put your legs together. So you'll do left leg squat into left leg hip thrust. Then you'll do right leg squat into right leg hip thrust. Does that make sense? So before we did squat, squat, hip, hip. So this time you'll be right foot on the roller, squatting with your left leg. Then you'll do your hip thrust with your left foot on the floor. If you want to make these a bit tougher, I'm not sure if you even saw that, the laptop wasn't turned. If you want to make it tougher, you can sit on the floor for a bit and then stamp. So if you look, take your foot off the floor a little bit, push up quick. Get yourselves ready. Squat jumps. And then this time, I want you to set your feet up like you're on the blocks. So 1 foot in front of the other one. And then after we've done 5, we're going to swap. So you'll go left foot forward, jump, land so that they're side by side. Once we've done 5 of them that way, you'll put your right foot forward. Ready to go in 3, 2, 1. Take your marks. Go. Nice. So you land with your feet side by side. Left foot forward again. Take your marks. Go. Yep. Take your marks. Go. So remember how narrow, how close your feet would be on the block, so you don't want to be too far split. Take your marks. Go. Robin, you're pretty much leaving the camera. Okay, switch feet over. I said 5, but we'll do 4. Take your marks. Go. So you're trying to go as the same height on both. Take your marks. Go. Finn, that's a great back position, but don't touch the floor. Take your marks. Go. That's it. Take your marks. Go. That's it. Last one. Take your marks. Set. Go. Ah, you didn't fall for it this time. Okay, great job. Then you're going to go back. So this time it's left leg squat. I don't mind which one you start on. Just remember, you've got to do the same leg back to back. So I will say left leg squat in 3, 2, 1, go. See, so Christian, if you pause at the bottom for just a little bit, go 4 seconds down, 2, 3, 4, and then push up. Also, try and get your hips a bit lower as well. So you want the bottom to be like that. So your feet are pretty much next to each other. Okay, great job, Lucas. Okay, and stop. Reese, how are your knees? Okay, all right. Then you're gonna go hip thrust. Reese, you're not gonna do incline press ups. 3, 2, 1, go. So now you're into hip thrust using the same leg you were just squatting with. Lily Johnson, fantastic looking hip thrusts. Just try and slow them down a little bit. So go down to the floor slowly, snap yourself up quick. Dylan, that's so explosive. Dylan, you could probably jump. See if you're doing that, try and get your foot to leave the ground. Yeah, there you go. As long as it doesn't hurt your foot when you land. And then try and do it with your arms across your chest as well. See if it's harder. Go. Okay. Oh, yeah, a little bit slower. And relax. Switching over now, so you're going to use the other leg for your squats. Reese, yeah, do push-ups or shoulder taps. 3, 2, 1, go. Same for anyone else that's got sore knees. Okay, Hannah from Regional Squad, if you try and stay a little bit taller, if you imagine there was a wall in front of your face, you want to try and avoid it. So keep your head as high as you can. Yeah, there you go. But still try and get to the same depth. Okay. Okay, Christian, much better. Try and drop your right knee straight down to the ground instead of letting it slip backwards. Just helps you stay a bit taller. Almost there, guys. Keep going. Cara, that's a really good tempo. Well done. And stop. Then you're into hip thrust on the same leg. Reese, while I'm checking in, is the hip thrust okay? Hip, yep, good. Just checking. 3, 2, 1, go. Still, and try and see whether it's easier to jump off that leg than it is the other. And everyone else with sore knees, if you find that if this is still a little bit annoying, just put both feet on the ground. Okay, good job, Hannah. Okay, almost there, guys. Last little bit of the session. Okay. Good stuff, Javier. Three, two, one, relax. Okay, cool. So that one's definitely worth finding whether you've got something nearby you can use that's should be about the same height as you use for your squats. So just about the same height as your knee. Have a look around, like a chair and like a tall car, to make sure you put loads of cushions and duvets over it, just to make sure it doesn't dig into your back. So we'll go quad stretch to start off with today. Foam roll if you've got one. So remember the one we've done all week. So on your knee, grab your back foot. If you have your foam roller, use that. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh no, the timer. So nobody likes foam rolling. I don't know why. But if you're unsure, set yourself up like you're going to do Superman. Put the roller under one leg and then slowly lower yourself down, come back up. So you've got a lot of control. You think you can all do push-ups really well now, so it should be easy for you to just lower yourself down. And imagine you're painting the whole of your leg. So just get the roller to touch your entire quad. Okay, you're welcome, Ruby. Have a good one. And then switch sides. So just to keep everything simple, you're going to swap over and you stretch the other quad instead of doing our movement series like we do normally. And keep an eye on the foam rolling. Okay, good job, Tegan. See you later. Maddie, same to you. Have a great night. Okay, so Christian, I love a bit of foam rolling, but if you try and go from above your knee to your hip for now. Okay, no worries, Lucas. Catch you later. Same to you, Edith and Holly. Okay. Daria, didn't get to coach you much today, but really good job. Normally no news is good news. If I don't have much to say, it's because you're doing it really well. No, and you can't really do these things badly. Like you all do the exercises better than my demos most of the time. Okay, see you, Flavio. Bye, Lottie. I'm gonna say bye to everyone that's going, so I can keep an eye on everyone who's still here. Relax. Then hip stretch. Show me pigeon stretch, same as we did yesterday. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, catch you later, Dylan. So remember, pigeon stretch is when you go to that take a knee lunge position, and then you drop your knee down and do this. You're all really good. I just have to coach a couple of you, and I want to see if you've remembered what I said. Oh, the hamsters are awake. Okay, Sophia, you've got that one nailed. Well done. Let's see. Then switch sides. Okay, good. Very good. Okay, good. Christian, great shin position. Liv, is that as low as you can go? I'm actually surprised. Okay, Sophie looking strong there. Eleanor, you don't get any credit for stretching because you are the most mobile person in the club. Okay, see you later, Pranas. Okay, stop. Okay, very well learned. Next thing we're going to look at is your hamstrings. So, what haven't we done for a while? Block stretch. None of you like it, but you should. So this is very different to what you do normally. If you think about if you were setting up on the blocks, you're going to put one foot in front of the other one, take a knee, and then push your hips up towards the ceiling. Like that. So if you look at my front knee, I'm just trying to push it behind me and keep my back straight. So if I round my back, you're much better off going back to the floor and just straightening your leg again and making sure you keep your back flat. Off you go. So this one's more about you sort of figuring out what position you should be in. Okay, Dari, that's a great back position. If you bring your back foot a little bit closer to your front foot and see if that changes anything. Yeah, can you feel it stretching anymore? Yeah, good. Some of you are just blessed with flexibility. So Veronica, excellent job as well. So if you're comfortable with it and you've got a good flat back, then just hold it for the whole thing. Let's see. Eleanor, drop a little lower so that your lower back goes a bit flatter. No, so bring your hips down a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Relax. It's very subtle. If you're not quite getting it, use a mirror. If you use a mirror, it'll all make sense. So you're going to switch feet, start on the ground again, and then 3, 2, 1, go. You probably find that if you started in your usual block setup before, this one should be a little bit harder, I would assume, just because you're not used to doing it. That's why it's much better for your flexibility if you practice this sort of thing. Okay, you're welcome, Violetta. Okay, good. Evie, great job. Very flat back. Try and stand up a little bit higher. If you straighten your front knee a bit more. Yeah, can you feel that stretching anymore? Yeah, good. So, Evie, you're an example of someone that's at like the best place to be for the stretch. Like you've already got the flat back, so you can just focus on the hamstring stretch. Okay, and stop. Good job, guys. Like I said, a lot of you can do this one really well. But then you're always getting coached about your back grounding up. So this one teaches your brain and your body to have that conversation and figure out how to do them both. Lat stretch. Dealer's choice. You stretch your lats out however you want. If there's 2 of you, you could do the partner one. If you're on your own, you could do whatever you want. But I'm just going to see what you'll choose to do. Off you go. Also, if you want something different for the warm-up game tomorrow, let me know. Because I want to do something different. But equally, I'd rather do something that you want. Unless you all want to compete. Okay, see you later, Nikki. Okay, good stuff. Swap sides. Is that Elizabeth or Eleanor? It's Eleanor. So make sure you stick your hips backwards rather than forcing your head through. So it's more like that rather than having your hips high and pushing through. Okay, good. And then finish off there. Good stuff. Have a good night. We'll see you all tomorrow. Remember, if you have questions, just email us. Let us know what you need.